my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 2 renovation video. And so today I am currently renovating Brandi Broke's trailer home in Pleasant View. And if you don't know who Brandi Broke is, or the Broke family, or Pleasant View in general, I will leave a link down below in the description to Plum Bella's video where she kind of explained the entire history of the Broke family, because she goes more in depth about who they are, why they live here, and all the mystery behind the mysterious death of Skip Broke, and so on and so forth. So if you want to check out her video, the links are down below. But if you didn't know, I play a lot of The Sims 2 on Twitch, but I also do current household update videos here on YouTube. So if you want to watch the previous updates and the previous live streams that I've done of my rotation family in Pleasant View, like I said, the links are down below. And I don't think I've ever really updated you all on Brandi Broke and what my playthrough is of her in my save file, because there wasn't really much to really tell on her side of the story, just because ever since Dustin moved out, I mostly focused on him and Angela and their relationship and growing that a little bit more, because ever since Dustin was a teenager, he had a falling out with his mother when he was a lot younger, when his dad died of a mysterious pool accident. And since then, they never really talked. And when Dustin moved off to college at, I think, Sim State University with Angela, he kind of just didn't really contact his mother whatsoever with like money or, you know, getting together or checking up on his siblings, matter of fact. Like, he has no contact to his family. The last time he ever like met his mother was for his wedding, because he knew that he wanted to, you know, his mom to meet, you know, Angela in a better state, and also kind of see if they can rekindle that, you know, that family bond once more. But it didn't work out that way. And ever since Brandi actually didn't really get remarried, she more so kind of moved on and away from the whole idea of Skip, if you so think, because I'll tell you in a minute. But when Destin found out that Brandi actually kind of basically moved on and forgot about Skip altogether, he just like was like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. You are just the worst mother I've ever, you know, ever known. You're my only mother, and I just don't want to talk to you. And I don't really know if they can ever rekindle that bond anymore. But when Brandi found a new boyfriend, or beau, if you want to call it, when after Dustin moved away from college, he found a new boyfriend. They hung out for a little bit. He has now moved in. But during that time was when Brandi had her mysterious third child. And it was a little bit kind of weird to think about, because when Brandi's boyfriend was thinking, wait a minute, I don't think we ever did that. I don't know if this is my child or not. And Brandi doesn't technically know if it's Skip's child at all, because she has no recollection whatsoever. But he was like, you know, I'm going to go and take care of this family as it was like my own. I will take care of you no matter what. Like, he was literally in there, who was like all in right at the start, was barely knowing anything about like Beau or, you know, the new child, the mysterious child, Camden, that I named him. Like, he just didn't know anything about them, but he was like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be committed, and we'll be together forever. And Brandi was like, you know, she's like, okay, cool. Thanks for helping. I really appreciate all the help that you have given me so far. And it really, really helps me emotionally and physically. So Brandi's like now at the state in her life where she's thinking, oh, is it really true? Is it really true? Is it genuine? Can I really trust this guy? Like, I don't really know what to do per se. And she's just like trying to go at it day by day, little by little, to see what's going to happen for the future. And after a few months, literally in real time, after a few months of me playing, I've realized that, you know, this guy was actually, you know, really kind and genuine and really cared for Brandi. And he asked her, you know, I want to be able to be here full time for you. And I want to be able to, you know, maybe one day grow a family with you. And Brandi was like, you know what? I have a want to have a baby, but she didn't say I had a fear of having another baby, because after the whole, you know, fiasco from her last husband, it didn't turn out so well for him. But when you think about it, Brandi's like slowly maturing a little bit more. And I'm kind of glad that she is, because when you think about it, Brandi never really technically had like, you know, freedom to be herself until she moved out of her parents' house. And I think her parents, you know, didn't really, I don't want to say like, didn't really ridicule her, like, for like bossed her around for so many years. Like, they technically did, but they just didn't really like they tried to help her mature a little bit more, but Brandi wouldn't listen. And I think after all that time, she just kind of got stuck into that mindset of like, I'm a teenager, I can do whatever I want, dress how I want, decorate my house how I want, and whatever. And that just didn't really help her in the end until she met this new guy. And now she's like thinking, oh, I have a new child. I'm going to get married one day and my family's growing a little bit better. I'm building my relationship with Camden and now this new child, which evidently she named Skip after her ex-dead husband. So that's going to bring up some issues with the new boyfriend, soon to be fiance. So that should be fun later on in the future because let's be real here. Brandi has a very interesting, difficult past that we just need to unravel a little bit more. And only time will tell. But right now, I honestly only had, like when Brandi was like going through it for so long, she has no job whatsoever. And she barely had any funds to begin with to renovate her home. But her new boyfriend, who's now like, part of the household, he took out a $20,000 loan. And that technically is really bad because they are now ridiculously broke. They only have 200 some odd simoleons to their name now. And I think every other day or every week in the game, or every 3 days, I'm pretty sure, the game basically deducts funds from the household funds to pay off the loan. And I think that's like a really cool idea to do it that way. And so they're going to have to figure out a way to make some money very, very quick. And Brandi might go down the route of doing something criminal, which I'm fearing, because there was a time in the game that I was playing that Camden, who's just a very moody, emotional child, he nearly got taken away from social services, but Brandi was like, no, I don't want to, I can do better. It's all going to be right in the world. I can take care of my son. Just give me time. Like, this is not the first offense. This is like the third offense she has gotten from the social worker saying, if you do it one more time, there's going to be some consequences. And it's going all right. Cam is not doing so well in school, but he does have, I think, either a C or a B, somewhere in that range to in private school. And so is like Bo and Cam are both in private school, which is great. They have the funds for it, but they might actually get kicked out because they can't pay for private school anymore. So they have to go back to public school, which is, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's like Brandi wanted to mature herself, but also mature her family when as they're growing up. She wants to give them a better life because she didn't have one growing up. Like, she did have a good life, but her parents always bossed her around, ridiculed her, and never really gave her freedom to do whatever she wanted, or kind of gave her that sense of direction that she wanted to have, more so what her parents wanted her to have growing up. So she's just trying to give her kids they're an option to saying, if you do this, this will happen. If you do that, that will happen. But she's giving them freedom to be their own person, which I'm glad that she's doing that. But she needs to realize that people are not out here to hurt her just for the sake of her family name, which is not that much, but for, just her being her, who she is. And she has to realize that people are here to care for her. No matter what's happening in her life, people are here for her, and not just for money or social security checks from the government or anything like that. So it's here for her and only her. And I'm glad that her new boyfriend is here for her and only her, and not just for, special perks that she gets from, people. So he has a job. He's currently in, I don't remember his name at all. I literally do not know, but I believe he works in the music industry, so he's working on that, which is really great. And I'm really glad that he's doing what he's doing to help better the sake of him, but also his newfound family, because he's saving up to buy an engagement ring for Brandi to propose on their date night, which is going to happen in a couple of days, and I'm really excited about that. But going back to the whole loan part, he took out $20,000. 20,000 simoleons to renovate this home, because they only had 5,000 simoleons to their name at the very beginning, because Camden was a little devil child, and I'm going to take some of this money and put it in my own personal banking account for my own parents so they won't know. But it was for his college fund. They found out eventually, so they took the money back, but left him, an easily one grand left in his bank account, so he can have something as he's growing interest on his, like, you know, his funds. Because Brandi kind of, like, when she had Camden, she had set aside some money for Beau and Camden, but not for Dustin, because back then Dustin wasn't really, really thinking about college back then. But now, you know, he's graduated, he's, you know, part of the archaeology career with Angela, he's like in the doctor career, so it's like things are working out for Dustin and Angela. Brandi's like slowly, you know, getting there to the potential of, like, you know, making more income for herself and the whole family, because she doesn't have a job at all. She never did, but she technically works from home to, you know, work on her skills and her knowledge, because to me, in my mind, she dropped out of high school to really pursue her love for Skip and just be her own person, because she never really had that freedom, like I said, when growing up with her parents. So she kind of is going back to, like, air quotes, school, to bring her knowledge back to where it was before, but on a higher scale, and better her mind and better her state of being. And I'm glad that she's doing that. So right at this current moment, she's just really going through life, figuring out things. And if you have any ideas on what you think I should do for Brandi, whether it's career-wise or skill-wise or, you know, relationship-wise, is you moving too forward with this guy or moving too slow, like, what should she do? Like, let me know what you think she should do to definitely better herself and better her family and things like that. But that being said, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and wrap up this voiceover right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!